But first, let's talk about the Battlefield 6 saddles. Oh my gosh. The Battlefield 6 beta debrief. Because we played it. We're probably going to play it when the game gets launched. So, yeah. Let's just kind of run through this real quick. Battle saddles for the people. So they just kind of go over some of the points that happen in the game during the beta feedback that they received, and kind of the plans that they're gonna what they're gonna do to maybe implement some of the plans and that kind of stuff. So it starts off with them just thank you to everyone who joined us during the Battlefield 6 open beta weekends. Your passion and feedback have been invaluable, with tens of thousands connecting on Discord to play together, over 600,000 hours streamed, and over 30 million hours watched. Your enthusiasm and participation is what made it great. 420,027,450 matches played. That's crazy, bro. That's so much. That's so many matches played. That's insane. It's pretty cool. It says most players in Battlefield beta history. It was a good one though. Like I really had a good time. It's got me stoked for the release. Obviously, as we play Battlefield tonight. Initial learnings and in-game changes as we approach the launch of Battlefield 6 on October 10th. We'd like to take a moment to look back at the recent open beta to share our key learnings and in-game changes we're making based on your feedback and in-game data. So that's cool. We've played a lot of Battlefield over the years, I guess, but I've never really like paid attention and done this kind of thing. So it's cool. I don't know if this is the norm for them. It's strange they don't share the number of players with these good numbers. Oh yeah. I wonder how many people did play it. Why are we strobing? Okay. Let's see. Weapons. We're making targeted adjustments to deliver a more consistent and rewarding gunplay experience. This includes a general pass on recoil and tap fire characteristics across all weapons, further emphasizing their unique feel and improving range differentiation. So, does that mean they're gonna like increase recoil so you can't just hold an LMG in one spot and mow everybody down? I don't think the recoil was like on the negative side. I don't think it was too much. If anything, it was definitely not. It was low. And I don't know that I ever tried tap firing any of the weapons I had. That's how I read it. Yeah. Okay. We also made changes to encourage more controlled tap firing and burst firing, rewarding precision and weapon mastery. So okay, is that weapon mastery as in the levels that you get in the game, you think, or is it just they're just saying that like the more you play with a weapon, the better you get at it? Hopefully, it means. If I remember, like back in the old school, like not Call of Duty, Counter-Strike days, people had to learn like the recoil pattern, and that's how they got better at it. You know, like down, left, right, down. You know, maybe that's what they're trying to gear towards. Additionally, the M87A1 shotgun now requires more pellets to secure a kill. What? You mean I'm not going to get one tap from across the map? We're investigating the time to kill and time to death experiences, and we will share an update if definitive changes are made in these areas. I do hope so. I hope so, because there are so many times where, like, obviously you don't want it to be Division style bullet sponge. But there are times where I don't know, it just felt too fast. Like I died way too fast. So hopefully they can do something to adjust that. Maybe they won't. I don't know. Movement mechanics have been adjusted to create a more balanced and traditional Battlefield experience. Momentum, especially horizontal speed, carried from a slide into a jump, has been reduced. Yes! No more slidey jumpies. There's now a greater penalty for consecutive jumps, which lowers jump height when jumps are spammed. Oh, dude, that's amazing. Firing while jumping or sliding will result in increase in accuracy. Dude, this is the best thing ever. These changes are designed to make sliding and jumping more situational. So they're no longer ideal options for engaging in gunfights and will contribute to a gameplay pace that rewards skillful movement without becoming too fast or unpredictable. Bro, that's so good. I'll take that. I hate slidey jumpy, you know? Like I understand running and sliding to get into cover. That makes sense. Running and sliding to escape a fight makes sense. Running and sliding and jumping into a fight and then just jumping I don't like that. Just my opinion. So they're un-Call of Dutying the Battlefield 6. Yeah. Parachute physics have also been retuned with reduced initial acceleration when opening the parachute for more controlled aerial movement. I didn't use the parachute very much. I think maybe like just a handful of times when trying to jump across buildings and stuff. Other than that, I didn't really use it. We used it a lot more in 2042 when we were playing it before, jumping off buildings and stuff. We observed some players finding a way to reach rooftops and venture out of bounds. Speaking of parachuting on buildings, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you could possibly be talking about. This gameplay is not intended for these maps. And the upcoming ladder for the assault class is also not intended to access these areas. We're actively working on adjustments to prevent unintended access and ensure gameplay stays within the intended boundaries. Why we can't have nice things, chat? Some idiot, some jackass is standing on top of bridges they shouldn't be on, or on top of buildings shooting down at people. Silly. We also heard strong feedback from players excited by the larger scale maps that Battlefield has to offer. While the open beta featured smaller, more fast-paced maps, larger scale maps are already part of our launch package, delivering action-packed gameplay and memorable, unique moments for every player. As a part of the upcoming Battlefield Labs testing, we'll be testing 2 new multiplayer maps, one set in Mirac Valley and the other remake of a fan favorite from Battlefield 3, Operation Firestorm. These 2 maps include the full complement of vehicles like Liberation Peak, along with more vast combat space. I know that the beta was just, they were testing certain things or whatever. But I can't wait for the big map. Like the when we play some of those larger maps, that's it feels like it slows the pace down a little bit. I don't know. It feels good when you're running with a squad and you're taking objectives and stuff like that. It's less rushy aroundy. Speaking of rush, when it comes to rush, the conversation we observed wasn't just about player count, but also about how maps play and the tactical experience they offer. Rush is a mode with deep roots, originally known as Gold Rush in Bad Company, where matches typically range from 12v12 to 16v16. Many of you remember this as the golden era of Rush, and it continues to inspire our approach today. We've experimented with larger player counts over the years, such as 64, holy shit, and even a 128 player version. While these matches created intense, fast-paced moments, they also led to issues, overwhelming defenses, stalled front lines, and too many games ending in the first sector. Rush is especially sensitive to higher player counts due to its tactical and strategic requirements. When a player tries to arm the MCOM while more than 20 opponents are defending, the intended gameplay becomes less tangible. Based on feedback throughout recent titles, we're lowering the default player count for Rush to improve the flow of combat and restore the tactical, methodical experience that defines the mode. Yeah, when we did it during the weekend, I remember there was one moment where like Alien was like, they planted the bomb, go defuse it. But there were also like 10 dudes just, around the bomb, and it was just impossible to get in. I'm still waiting to hear game optimization updates for CPU usage. I don't know anything about, I didn't, maybe they approach it here or talk about it in here. I didn't have any problems with it though. In contrast, where I'm at. For those who enjoy large scale Rush, Portal will allow you to experiment with different player counts at launch. In contrast, Breakthrough is designed to accommodate higher player counts of up to 64 players, and that's where the mode really shines. Using win-loss data from the open beta, we're continuing to make map-by-map balance adjustments towards our goal of 50-50 win ratio for both attackers and defenders. Okay, how about don't make me a defender every time? That'd be great. From what I saw, even on the small capture point maps, I felt there were too many people. I didn't play though. Yeah, no, that's fair though. I mean, you watching, you can see it. The approach to player counts, there was some confusion around the number of players in different games. So we wanted to take a moment to clarify our current direction for how these get determined. Rather than locking maps and modes to a fixed player count, our philosophy is to adapt to best fit the intended experience. This may vary by map or evolve over time with player feedback. For example, at launch, some Breakthrough layouts will support 48 players, while others will have 64. It's the one of many factors we adjust to create the right balance and feel for each scenario. In Breakthrough, higher player counts work well on open dynamic maps, while smaller player groups offer a more focused experience on denser maps. Portal gives players the flexibility to try different settings and find what works best for their group and playstyle. So is Portal like a server browser, or is, I don't remember what Portal is. Oh, it's an editor. Okay. Finding the right balance is an ongoing process as everyone gets familiar with map size, lanes, and combat spaces. For now, we found that 8v8 provides a solid starting point for small-scale, fast-paced modes like Team Deathmatch, Squad Deathmatch, Domination, and King of the Hill. You can craft your own game modes pretty much. Oh, right on. Okay. A limited variety of playlist options were created for open beta to both showcase and test the flexibility of the matchmaking system. For more details on our playlist adjustments, see our post about Open Beta Week 2 playlist options. Playing with both open and closed weapons will continue to be options in Battlefield 6, and we are looking for ways to keep them easily accessible. I don't think we played any closed weapon matches, if I recall. I don't think we played any. You kind of wish they'd pick a path. I mean, I agree, because you're going to split, right? Not that you want to force people to do something they don't want to do, but at the same time, like, you have to try and consolidate as much as possible, or you're going to end up in a situation where, you know, it could be like 10% of the community wants open and 90% want closed. And then so the 10% just die off because they don't want to play the game. We recognize that some players experience difficulty finding games to complete the challenge of capturing sectors and break through a rush. I can't capture things on defense. It wasn't ideal, and we're actively using your feedback and in-game data to review and improve our matchmaking system with the goal of providing a smoother experience in the future. Reflecting on the open beta and next steps, with the insights gathered during the open beta play sessions, we will be introducing in-game adjustments in upcoming Battlefield Lab events. Can I play? How do you get the Battlefield Labs events? Or is that just them? Like, is that an in-house thing? Stay tuned for progress updates and future opportunities to get involved. Oh, okay. Lastly, thanks again for joining Battlefield 6 Open Beta. Your feedback and participation made it an incredible experience. The Battlefield team. Everybody but me. Sweet.